Are you looking to retire to North Central Florida and you're unsure of where you want to be? Well, I've brought on a 55 plus expert. Her name is Yvonne, and she specializes in all the 55 plus areas, and we are doing a series talking about each place. This time we're talking about Silver Spring Shores, so let's check it out. Tell us a little bit about Silver Spring Shores, and then also if somebody's looking to move to the Marion County area and has their eye on Silver Spring Shores, tell us about what their options could be.
Okay, Silver Spring Shores is approximately 15,000 acres, mostly residential property in Marion County. It's in the southeast area of Marion County. And it was originally started when Lockheed Martin built that little factory they have there and during the space programs. It's in the 70s when the space program was really taken off. And so that's how it really started. And then the space program, they moved a lot of stuff to Houston. Lockheed Martin still has a factory there, but the presence is no more than that. And so it changed. And it just became in the beginning it had country, it still has a country club and a lot of those type of amenities that you would have if you were, a professional. So it still exists, it's just that didn't take off like they wanted. So now it's basically just residential with, commercial and things that you need. And most of the homes out there are pretty modest. I mean, there are some larger homes, but I would say most of them are pretty modest homes. And there are some HOAs out there, but most of the HOAs out there are in condominiums. And the condominiums, they do have all ages, and then they have the 55 and up. So I'm going to kind of talk about the 55 and up a little bit in Silver Spring Shores, and then we'll come back to the regular residential stuff. So one of the condominium complexes, and they all have different HOAs, and they have different names. So one of them is Live Oak Village, and it is 55 and up. The amenities, they have an amenities fee for $295. You get a clubhouse, they have TV, cable TV is included, and they have a community pool. And that's pretty much it. The actual Shores itself does have a community center with pool and different types of recreation, and they have different kind of socials, and they do quite a bit of stuff there. And anybody can go. I believe it's about $10 a month, but that's available too. But at the actual condos, they all have swimming pools. So Twin Lakes is another one. It is $225 for the HOA fee, and again, it has a pool. It can, includes some extra stuff like pest control, and they have a trash. Most of them have a dumpster or several dumpsters on site for your trash pickup. So it is very affordable. These properties run somewhere between, I've seen some as low as about 100,000, upwards of 200,000. But they're small. Most of them are 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot. I think the biggest one I've seen is like about 12 or 13. The other one down over there is Derby Downs. That's another one. The fee is $337 a month, and it includes your pest control. It's going to include your trash pickup and those kind of things as well. And they have a pool there, and that kind of just basic amenities. It's very affordable there. And it's a nice area, and they're all 55 and up. Another one is Fairway's Villa. Fairway's Villas actually have all age area sections, and then they have the 55 and up. And that a lot of those are on the golf course there. So a lot of those condos in Fairway Villas, they actually back up to the fairways. And they run $337. They have pool. They have a trash pickup. They have all those things. Pretty much the same as the others, and the prices range about the same, and so is the sizes. There's not a lot of difference in them other than models. I mean, they look different, and the area's nice. I mean, most of them are very close to all the shopping, Walmart, Publix, Aldi's is right there. You've got gas stations, you've got all different types of little shops and things like that that you can access, restaurants. And all of these are pretty close to that. The other thing that they have out there, but it's not 55, is they have a small HOA. It's the Joy Lake Magic HOA. It's a small section of the shores, and it's housing. It's not condos. And most of the houses are pretty modest size homes, and they kind of run. You could buy those homes somewhere in the mid 200s. 3-bedroom. Some of them are 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but most of them are 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And the HOA over there is $13 a month. Thing about that HOA is that they only allow, I believe it's 25% of the homes in that HOA to be rented. So most of the time when you purchase there, if you decide you want to make it a rental, you're going to have a problem because they don't allow that. And you have to get on a waiting list to get. And most of the people that have rentals over there are not getting rid of the rentals. So it does pose a problem for investors, this particular one. But it's a nice deal. Like they have a curbside pickup for your garbage, and your cable is included in this $13. So I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. But that's all it does. It's that $13. Really, it's just to keep. What happened with that, the way it came about, is when the market crashed, it created so many rentals that this particular area decided it was too many rentals. So they formed this little HOA to stop so many rentals being, just gobbled up. And that's changed over time. Like it was a high rental area over there, and since the housing boom, most of that stuff a lot of it is turned into first-time home buyers. So it's a very nice community. There's regular housing there where, all ages, it's all paved streets. They have, now they're running a lot of city water, so you're not going to have to deal with any wells. Pretty soon it'll be all city water. It's city water and septic. They haven't run sewers out there, but who knows when that may come, and I figure in the near future. Since we have Save the Springs, it's become more and more that they want people on public utilities. But right now, you can still do well and septic out there, but it's changing quickly. The whole area is changing quickly out there. It's becoming its own city almost. But it's a great little area for anyone, whether you're looking for retirement, whether you're a first-time home buyer, maybe you just want to downsize, maybe you've been on acreage and you want to be on just a regular lot or maybe a little extra lot. There's some larger lots, maybe a third of an acre out there. And, it seems to be very popular. It's in a great location. You can get to Ocala very quickly. You can get down to the villages very quickly. They've built that new road a few years ago that just really connects the shores right to 441 in Summerfield, Bellevue area. It's almost connected pretty well. So and it's a big 4-lane highway, so it just doesn't take much time. I think it takes maybe from the eastern section of the Silver Spring Shores, probably takes you 20 minutes to get to the
I know a lot of people often ask about healthcare and if there's any healthcare close.
Out there, I see some doctor's offices and stuff. There's more and more opening up out there. And as you get into Ocala on Marion, it's actually a big medical section there because you have Advent Health now took over for Monroe. And that hospital is probably one of the largest hospitals in Marion County. I would say it is. Advent Health has upgraded it, and there's a lot of doctor's offices. Advent Health is even doing residence programs with medical schools all over the country. I actually sold a property to a medical student that was doing his residency there, and they are hosting more and more of that. So the medical is really coming up in Ocala a lot. It really has come a long way already in just a few years. I've been here 11 years now, I guess, and I've seen a big change in that. And of course, you can always get to the villages. They got a new ER. University of Florida put it in Bellevue. I don't know. That's probably about 15 minutes.
It's about 10, 15 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, from the shores. So there's a lot of good things coming to that area. I see that area really starting to flourish. I wouldn't hesitate to live in that area. You live in that area.
I do. I live in that area, and I personally really like living there. I know it has a bad rap, and people talk about a lot of different.
That's kind of gone away now.
It has, and I mean, of course, again, it's 15,000 acres with a residential zone property, so you're going to have good areas and bad areas. That's just the fact of life across the board, any city you live in. But I mean, I live there. I have left my garage door open, and nobody's ever stolen anything.
Right.
Like, it's not. I don't
your
feel
in-law,
unsafe.
your brother-in-law.
Yeah, they live there, and
They
never
live
really
there,
had any issues.
and they've been raising their kids there. They've been there since quite a while.
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. So, yeah, it's a great area. I really see it just growing and getting nicer and bigger and better all the time.
The only other question that I have for you that I know another thing that a lot of people want to know about is what is there to do, like, is there places to go hiking, biking? I mean, I know a lot of these answers.
Oh,
but,
right. Yeah, like they have the big Florida Greenway. It actually has a big park there, and you can actually walk the whole Florida Greenway. There are sections of the shores that is actually the houses back up. I actually sold one a few years ago. It actually backed up to the Florida Greenway. So there's a lot of activities like that. There's the community center. They actually gear that a lot during the day to retirees. They have all kinds of, water aerobics and all kinds of, things that retired people would enjoy.
They also
and
have markets and other types of things like that as well at the community center, which I think is pretty cool.
I've been seeing some more and more like little food truck type of venues that people are kind of putting together out there, which, that's what a younger crowd likes. They like to go there. And I've been seeing that more and more in Marion County. And then you've got the springs right there. I mean, you're not very far because it's in the eastern part of Ocala. You're not very far out to the forest where people, they have Jeep clubs. I mean, you just name it. Waterways, you can fish, boat. You're not very far from Lake Weir, which is one of the largest lakes in Marion County. It's a great area. I mean, it is just very versatile. Even if you have a horse and there's horse trails there. Of course, it's not agricultural there, but there are pretty close boarding facilities around there. If the people want horses, they can trailer them to the horse trails, which aren't very far, and just enjoy their hobby and their sport.
So. Yeah, I think Silver Spring Shores across the board, in my opinion, is probably one of the ideal areas to be in Marion County, just because of the location. I personally think it's nice to be close, like you were saying, to the Ocala National Forest, but also you're closer to the beaches. Like if you live on the other side of Ocala, that drive could become a 2 to 2.5 hour drive because Marion County is so large. So if you live on the Silver Spring Shore side, to get to the beach, it takes me about an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, which isn't terrible. To Daytona, and then you have Ormond and all of that right there, which really isn't too bad.
Right. I mean, you can go the other way to Crystal River, and they kind of have a little beach over there, but it's not a white sand beach. It really is more of a bay area, and most people just don't care for that. Daytona is probably the easiest drive to get to an actual ocean beach. You're on the Gulf in Crystal River, but the beach is not what you're looking for in a beach. It's more bay.
And more fishing. So if you like saltwater fishing.
That's
excellent. Definitely the way to go. Kayaking, canoeing, all of that.
Oh, yeah, the river is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Crystal River is beautiful. But if you're looking for a white sand beach kind of a thing, you're not going to find it in Crystal River.
You won't find that.
You have to go to Clearwater.
Yeah, Tampa, Clearwater, somewhere. You got to go down south a little
Even the ones that are up in Tarpon Springs are still kind of on the bay side because of the ecosystem changes as you come up the coast from south to north. And you don't get that white sand beach stuff again until you get into the Panhandle over there at Destin, Panama City, up that way.
Which is quite a drive.
Yeah,
it's quite that's 6 to 8 hours, something like that.
So it's just the ecosystem on the coast, on the Gulf Coast that you have. So.
And we're going to talk about another great area over there, Liberty Triangle, and that would put you closer if you like the sound of Crystal River and fishing, and that's really what you're wanting. That's your lifestyle, especially coming here and retiring. That definitely is going to be a great one for you to check out.
Yeah, for boating and stuff, Crystal River is very, very nice.
Yes. So, all right, so that kind of wraps up this one. I appreciate you guys watching, and again, keep an eye out. We're going to be doing the Series 55 Plus in Marion County.